First board is a really nice looking board. It's designed by Josh Constable, who's actually an Australian legend from Noosa. He was the world champion and many times Australian longboard champion. So great designer. It's a company called Creative Army. This board, 7'6", 21 7/8, 2 3/4, 51 litres of volume. Okay, it's a pretty user-friendly mini mal, but I would say it's on the more performance end of a mini mal, because if you can see, we were talking about the rockers and things like that. If you can see that profile, see how there's quite a bit of tail lift and a little bit of nose lift, okay? Being a mini mal, there's still a lot of flat, so you're going to get a lot of paddle power there, but it's going to be an easier board to turn, because when you think about it, the less board that's in the water, the board's going to want to turn a lot freer. So the reason I chose this one, I have a lot of mini mals in here, and they're fantastic. If you're going from a foamy, perhaps, to something like this, just being fiberglass and having nice edges on the rails, the board's going to be a lot easier to turn than a foamy. All right. It's going to be faster than the foamy too. Foamies are very heavy and they're designed to sit right in the water, which is great because they're stable, but the board, a fiberglass board like that, will sit up on top of the water and it will be really exciting to ride. Okay, so that's what I call a fairly performance-based mini mal. It's just a fun mini mal. I mean, there's a lot of them that I could get technical and talk about the tail. See how the tail's got a lot of curve in it, a lot of round in it? That means it's going to be easier to turn to. A board that has a straight outline like that wants to just go straight, and a board with a bit of a round wants to turn. Like surfboards are a little bit like skis and snowboards in the way that the more side cut you have in the rail, the easier it turns. So with narrow boards, they tend to be really straight, and so they're not very good for turning, they're just good for going fast and down the line. The setup, the layout on this one has got like 2 side fins and a fin box. Okay, most 7.6s don't actually come with a fin box. That usually only comes into play with the bigger boards. The reason why it's in this board, it adds an element of pretty grooviness, because Josh Constable's kind of like a pro longboarder, and a lot of people will want to ride this with a single fin. Usually single fins are a lot bigger than what we call a conventional thruster set. In a thruster set, most fins are all the same size. With this one, you can ride it with a single fin, or you can ride it with a single fin with 2 small stabilizers. Okay, they perform quite differently. A single fin, without getting too technical, when you've got a single fin that sits in the water, they tend to just keep riding a little bit further because you connect it underneath the ocean, underneath the water. So that's why a lot of but generally you only ride single fins. You see everybody's seen everybody out there on a 9-foot, 10-foot board, and they paddle and they stand up and the board just doesn't stop, it just keeps going. And you're like, there's not even any wave there and it keeps going. That's generally because of a connection between the fin underneath the water. So, but it's stiffer, it's not as easy to turn. So in this case, I would probably recommend for beginner intermediate levels not to go for the bigger fin. Make it a bit smaller and you'll turn easier, because I think you want to do turns more. It's a personal thing how you want to ride them. But most mini mals don't have that. It's called a 2+1 setup. They don't have that.